Hey Lubomira, thanks so much for sending in a question. Lubomira writes, I am a working actress in Bulgaria, but there are no open castings anyone can go to. How do I find projects to be a part of? Well, it's a great question. If you're really having trouble finding auditions, there's definitely places that you can reach out to, and a few options include, first off, for anybody who's watching this, if you don't know where to find auditions, I generally recommend searching on Google. Like, start with a Google search. It's really simple. Lots of times you'll be able to find websites that post casting calls, like here in the United States, it's Backstage, Actors Access, Casting Networks. There's lots of different companies that will consistently post, and you can create free or paid profiles on those sites to be able to find auditions. Now, assuming that there are no casting call websites and you're having trouble, there are some other options. One specific one is you can go to a local film production office. You can search that and find places on Google, and if you call them, you can usually find out what's shooting if they don't have it listed. Remember, your phone is your friend. You can also find things in like newspapers. There's a lot of different places where they will post, because if a production is shooting and it needs actors, they have to make it known. So you have to just constantly go out and look for it. Now, if you still can't find anything in your area, you should consider looking to the next largest market to you. So a place that you could drive to occasionally if you find work, meaning like if there's a big city nearby or anything like that. And if there's no places like that that are within a fairly easy drive, then, it might be time to consider moving to a much larger city. You can use companies like Airbnb, and I'm sure that there's other places to find short-term rentals. So rather than signing like a year or 2-year lease, you sign a lease for like 1 or 2 months, and you can find productions there. Obviously, before you actually move, just Google the place, the city that you're in, see if you can start finding auditions in that location. And if you're seeing consistent stuff, then you know that, all right, there's probably work here. Now I can look into moving, okay? So unfortunately, the truth of the matter is that generally speaking, if you're not in an area that there are shoots and you're not going to be able to easily drive to get to the shoots, you might have to look into moving if you're not planning on shooting your own production. So I'm attaching a couple of links below for you where I go a bit deeper. One is a in-depth guide on how to find auditions. It talks all about these concepts and exact steps that you can take to find auditions. The other one is an article on getting an agent. If you don't already have one, you can look into getting an agent or a manager, someone who you can speak to who's based in your area, and they might have more specific answers on how to find auditions, or they might simply be able to submit you for these projects, and then you would just go and attach yourself to the project. Sometimes companies won't post publicly the auditions that are around, and even if you call the film production office, you're not going to be able to find them. But agents who have connections with these people might be able to do it. So an agent is your other option. Anyway, I hope that helps. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Please subscribe and click the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I upload more videos. And thank you so much for submitting your question.